Please forgive me. Welcome back to another Vibrations here on the one and only Mystelics reaction channel. We are back with another vibes, guys. Round of applause goes out to each and every one of you guys who tuned into yet another Mystelics reaction video right there. And then, guys, I have to do a completely different one, and then I got another video I have to do again, so I decided to do it. But no, this thing has been sent to me a number of times on social, well, on WhatsApp, so I've decided to do this yet again right there. And of course, you guys are gonna get that vibrations. Actually, listen to some of the vibrations that was taking place. Let's just take a little introduction of it right there. Okay, I think this is where she was starting up.
First live on my page. However, due to technical difficulties, I decided to come here. I would like you to kindly share the live so
share the live.
Know that we are here instead of on the Maureen Valmont page.
Now, guys, I'll actually post this link in the video description below if you guys want to go check it out. But let us get the vibrations right there.
I understand that we have a lot of people who are going to be logged on right now, and I am not sure why, if it's because of curiosity. And nonetheless, I am very happy to have you here.
Yes. It was sent to me, so I part of it too.
The name of my week in review, the name of my program used to be Week in Review. And my week in review would be basically to highlight issues that would have happened over the week. However, I have changed the name of my program. You may have seen on the caption, Take Half, Leave Half. So this is the name of the program right now, but the essence of the program remains. And again, this is my opinions. My opinion, I am saying it again, this is my opinion.
So her opinions on different subject matters then. Pretty much like what I do. I give my, well, it varies, because sometimes I go in depth to certain things, and then I pretty much just give my reaction to certain things on a realistic point of view from what I see. That's what a reaction is supposed to be. I just have to give my views on what I see. Not necessarily going in depth, but sometimes I try to go in depth to get the gist of the whole thing.
On issues that would have surfaced in the Kalinago territory and in Dominica.
She looks Kalinago as well. You can see it. Mixed Kalinago black.
Over the course of the week. And I need to say that this program is not a Bible study. It is not a Bible study, nor is it a politically funded program.
Okay. Anyways, guys, let's continue. So I took down some time frames right there. I think one of the things that she talked about was what was happening in the Dominica State College, and I call it the Dominica State College Confessions. Let me see if I can get it up right there to the time. Okay, let's see what she has to say right there, guys.
My school. But now it's up in the open. I'm not going to take blame and pressure for anybody, which the same teachers will not take no blame and pressure for me. It seems, because I didn't see nobody come in my defense at all. But nonetheless, let's go to the Dominica State College.
State College.
It was after I saw confessions from the Dominica State College. And in the
Confessions of the Dominica State College, guys. What is going on up here? Up there.
those confessions, it seems they were real confessions. Or confessions actually saying what teachers did to them.
So teachers doing things to students.
There are screenshots flying everywhere. I will not share them. You would have seen them. Some of you would have seen them. And then I said, I saw many confessions from students or former students alleging that a certain head of the Dominica State College had inappropriate interactions with them over and over and over and over.
Now, guys, let me understand this whole thing. So if you're Dominica State College, are you considered underage, or you considered, well, I think if you're 18 or I think what do you call that again? Age of consent, I think it's 16. So okay, so most likely people who go to Dominica State College are 16 and over. But can the teachers mess with the students and stuff there? I know sometimes, well, let me leave that alone. But can the teachers and the heads of staff, I don't think, I think it's a principle thing where you don't mess. Next thing, you can change grades for people who you mess with and this kind of things. What are your thoughts? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below.
And they called that person, I think, Panty Man.
We used to call Never mind.
shares water. They call that person Panty Man. So I don't know who's Panty Man. So you know, I went to research. I have to do my bit Lennox and things those days with my investigative skills.
Yes, sir. You can beat Lennox. No, Lennox to that level. Like one man I respect you when it comes on to journalism. The boy have it on par.
So I went on and I googled and I saw many articles, blogs about a panty man. Then I came to the conclusion that it was a certain person,
individual,
head in the
Dominica State College,
in the school. Allegedly, I think my lawyer is there. I forgot to tell him to come on. Once he's there, I always know I have to use my words properly. So one person, if he's there, good afternoon to my lawyer. The one person who has my back more than anybody else, that's my lawyer. Now, when I saw that, I said, so you mean to tell me it had to take me to see the Cassable Secondary Confessions? And
so it have a Cassable's confession too? That's interesting.
No other person did not raise any alarm in the head of any other person.
I think that is because I think they think the people are of age in Dominica State College though. I think that is it. But I don't think that should be though. Because, I mean, you can still, like I said before, you can decide, oh, you're not doing well in school? Okay, let's go behind the bush or the tree or something. And I'll give you A. A for effort.
The PS not going to sleep on those issues. I hope she doesn't sleep on those issues. So the PS did not see the confessions of the Dominica State College so that she could investigate it.
That's interesting.
Because unlike the Cassable Secondary one, the one for the Dominica State College has students, who are actually saying what and how their teachers touched and dealt with them inappropriately.
But I think the students should actually take that matter further. I mean, you don't come on, if you was affected by that, you think you should, you know, take it to some authority instead of posting it online. If you feel like you were wronged by that, or maybe you wanted that yourself. Who knows? So they can do investigations on these things. I guess sometimes some people don't want to go forward. Maybe it's embarrassing or something. I don't know. But anyways, guys.
So I would think, so I understand now why people were angry. Because if they were thinking of the Dominica State College one, and I was thinking about something else, I could understand. You understand why they got angry? I can understand. You guys are forgiven. Back to what I was saying. So this person has been accused of touching children, having inappropriate interactions with them over and over for years, so much so that he has a nickname of Panty Man.
For years, so that means I myself was thinking maybe one or two people, but for years that I don't think that should be though. I don't think that's a good thing at all. Regardless of if you're of age or whatnot, I don't think, you know, because it can come with favors. Well, then again, we've heard of it's alleged that the very ministers of government are involved in the kind of same things too. I don't know if they're still doing it, but back in the day we heard that they were involved in this kind of things, exchanging for favors, exchanging a good time, a pleasurable time with certain women and stuff for favors.
But nobody brought that concern to the Ministry of Education.
Well, if it's at the head, then, I mean...
So the Minister of Education, to my understanding, has no knowledge of that. So the Permanent Secretary, she has no knowledge of that. So the IT persons within the social service. Because when I was calling to put down the page, I was doing so against the backdrop of what I know happened at the Cassable Secondary School, not at the Dominica State College. So this is why I am calling again for an independent investigation into these allegations for the Dominica State College. Because one, I mean, I don't mind somebody lie on you one time. They lie on you 2 times. Jesus, they lie on you 100 times. Something ain't adding up.
Kind of reminds you of the Bill Cosby situation. That whole situation, I honestly believe that it took place. I honestly believe that they were drugging and this kind of things taking place. But I also believe that these women, you cannot tell me somebody drug you once or twice and you going back again for. No! That was actually consensual. You guys were doing your drugs and stuff and you were messing around. That's what I believe in the Bill Cosby situation. But when it comes down to this situation, if something actually happened to you, I think there should be some kind of services or something where people actually taking advantage of you, unless if that's the stuff you want. You can't go online and be putting people business outside there as if you didn't want it and then come in and, no man, stop your dirty ways. But then again, I still come back to the very situation involving, well, even if they were of age, I don't think teachers and things could be, because can actually, they can give you favors for that. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment box below.
And I don't have to go to university for me to know something that I didn't know. While I am on the Dominica State College Instagram, I want us to know too.
So it's on the DSC Instagram.
That I believe that the president of the National Youth Council, I don't know what's her name, I have never met this person, I know what's her name, or if I met her, I don't know who she is. I understand that the president of the National Youth Council is a lecturer at the Dominica State College.
So she might know that these things taking place and not doing nothing about it. Well, it's possible. Because I mean, all over internet, every day say it's on internet, you go and you do your research and you find this kind of articles blaming certain teachers and stuff for touching people inappropriately. I mean,
and the mandate of the National Youth Council is to advocate on behalf of youth. And this person must be internet savvy, must be tech savvy.
So they most likely would know.
They're all she would have been within the age of 30 to 35. Although she, between the ages of 30 to 45, full stop. So you would think that as the president of the National Youth Council,
who advocates for the youth,
being the head and the face of youth, having
makes sense.
Having been how would you say, employed at the institution where young people are saying that those things happen to them,
and you're not doing nothing about it,
then champion their cause. But then we will address that on a different stage, because we're addressing the issue with the PS. So stick up into that.
Okay, we stick up into that, guys. Now, guys, there's another part where she's talking about the N.E.P. The N.E.P program right there. Guys, what are your thoughts on the whole situation right there? You guys know my thoughts in this already. But what are your thoughts in what was discussed right there? Do you think it's an age thing? Do you think it's a principle thing? In terms of teachers and students shouldn't miss because they can actually give them favors and whatnot? What are your thoughts, man? No, there's an N.E.P task force apparently that has been put in place for the Kalinago territory. There's something rather interesting right there. Hopefully I don't go too long on this thing, but let's get it right there, guys.
Employment program has about 80-something persons currently employed. When I did the interview with Annette Thomas Sanford, she informed me that
her middle name is Thomas, or is that somebody else?
About 80 persons were removed in the first batch from the employment program because they felt that they did not vote for Cozier. I dealt with that already. I said, Cozier, let me tell you something. The people end up vote for you no time again because they fired them. I finished with that. Now the list
is that fair, guys? Is that fair? You basing that somebody should work because they vote for you or not? Shouldn't that basis be based off the qualifications of the person or the elevating standing of that person, how well they can work to then push up and onwards? Shouldn't that be? This is why we don't get anywhere. This is why you have a minister in education, aka Dronelia. This is where you get that. This is where you get the incompetence of people in ministry in high positions doing absolutely nothing. And then we're expecting something to actually happen in the place.
Quass people who are in the National Employment Program, there was a task force. They said they felt that the PALREP was making his own decisions and that they were not part of the decisions.
So I'm guessing they started removing people from the N.E.P program because apparently they didn't vote for them. So the people decided, you know what, let's see if we can come together and actually do something. You know, the viability of that to ensure that the people who are leaving and people who are not worth, you know, retaining in the N.E.P program. So it's rather interesting who they put as the task force.
So I said, well, okay, if they want to have a task force, you know, they could have a task force to evaluate the effectiveness of the program, because everything is not always negative, you understand? I want to give them some positive points. To evaluate the effectiveness of the program, to evaluate the effectiveness of the interns in the program, to maybe reshuffle there and there, because you know things happen. Even though they want to tell us things nice, we know things happen.
Definitely.
So I say, okay, they want to have the thing. I would expect that the persons who would be on the task force would be the overall supervisor,
obviously,
the supervisors,
people who actually know and see these people work. True or false?
The businesses who had the interns. So for example, I understand Dr. Norbert Coffee has an intern. We would have him on the panel.
Obviously.
We would have somebody balanced, like Miss Wheeler, Cyril, very balanced, no matter how she's balanced. You know, she would make sure she develop an evaluation form.
So she can tanker us, but she balanced. That's interesting. That's an interesting scope right there.
These people, you know, who would come and look at those things in a critical and balanced way.
That's how things should be. But apparently,
I said, okay, send me the list of the people who are on the task force, because these are the people I expect to be on the task force. And they sent me a list of alleged. My lawyer is there. They sent me a list of alleged members on the task force. Alleged. Remember, I tell you, what is the responsibility of people, you know?
Yep.
Okay. First person on the list, Irvins Ogis. He is allegedly on the task force. I said, well, okay, if Mr. Irvins is on the task force, that makes sense, because he's the overall supervisor. You need to get his input.
More or less. Okay. Yep. Because he supervises.
This, when I looked again, I am seeing it's alleged that Catherine Laura is on the task force.
No idea what that is.
Okay. Why is Catherine Laura on the task force? What is her big position that she's on the task force? Why is she on the task force? Catherine Laura is on the task force. I said, oh, okay. Maybe, you know, as a Porto, she has to be on the task force. I understand.
Nope, I don't understand one. I don't understand that one.
Next person on the task force, Kelly Granu.
I've heard that name before.
I said, well, Mr. Kelly, I don't know really why you on the task force. But clearly it has something in the National Employment Program that you like. So I don't know what kind of expertise that Kelly Grano is going to bring in the task force.
He shouldn't be there.
He had to be in the task force.
He shouldn't be there. But
okay.
Right.
So I said, okay, let Kelly pass. Next person. I see it's alleged that Ashton Grano is alleged that he is on the task force. I said, well, hold on now. Is a former minister's task force that there, man. A former minister's task force that there. 2 ministers, former ministers. Where are the teachers, the principals to evaluate the interns who are
exactly?
Exactly. No teachers not there.
But the teachers are supposed to know The people that supposed to say, okay, that person good, they need to continue, they need to elevate. They're not supposed to know, but you have none of these people, they're evaluating people, they never see work. Boy, look things in that place there.
Then I see in BAM. It's alleged that my very good friend, Caretta Valmont, is on the task force.
I have no idea.
I said, well,
Caretta?
are you sure my friend Caretta Valmont is on the task force? They said, yes, it's alleged. So that's why I'm telling you, it is alleged. Alleged that she's on the task force. Alleged. So I said, well, if she's on the task force, maybe she's bringing some expertise.
She's not supposed to be there.
You know, to evaluate, because she's a teacher, you know, she can evaluate and say what they're supposed to do, what they're not supposed to do.
Huh?
So I said, well, okay,
sense.
that must be it. No, hold on. Miss Gage is allegedly also in the task force. Miss Kukui, my very good friend, allegedly is on the task force. Allegedly.
Would that name you? Your auntie that name you, man? Kukui? Your auntie have to name you.
But in every task force, it must have people in. So, you know, they so when I start to analyze that, I say, but it's a labor task force that there.
Obviously.
It's a labor task force that there. So I say, who else is on this task force? I need to know who is chairing.
But on the basis of the fact that they were talking about, you know, taking out people who do vote for them or on thing, I mean, that should tell you, I mean, that should tell you. They taking out the people. I was taking out people just for thing. They put in their own people there to make you think as if, okay, we really coming to organize you. You know, like when somebody doing you bad and you're trying to find a middle ground. The person doing you bad, you know already. You're trying to find a middle ground. But somebody worse than that person coming into the position to try to balance things out, try to fix things. But in your mind, you're checking is somebody better at coming to do things. That's how they trick people, you know. But let's continue.
I say, is it Mr. Grano chairing? Who is leading the task force? Then I'm hearing the permanent secretary
I know that one.
on the task force.
I know that one.
I see. Wait.
Miss P, yes,
Wait. Checked.
Hey.
So when you have to be working with your other PSCs, every day I talking about child abuse, social problems. People, and when you find your best thing for you to do is to be on the task force for the National Employment Program for not
the national
not for the Dominica, you know,
entirety.
not
for the
for Dominica, for the Kalinago territory. You are engaged in micro practice when you're supposed to be engaged in macro practice.
Yep.
And somebody will tell me, I on your head. Sister, I not on your head. You giving me ammunition. You giving me ammunition. That is
No, guys, I have no idea who this woman is, but some of the things that she's saying makes a lot of sense, man. It's like, why? When you challenge the status quo and wonder, okay, you do this, but why you doing this? A number of us would actually wonder why you're doing this. What is the reason? What is the root behind why you're doing this? If the root doesn't make sense, then we ask you, what on earth are you doing? Or why is that person there? That is the big question that we tend to ask, you know. It's not like we come in for people. If you say you're going to build an airport in 2014 and up to now you don't build airport in 2014, you say you're going to start next day after you win elections. And we're in 2022 and we don't know what on earth is going on with international airport. I mean, come on. You have to ask yourself a question and correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I could be wrong. Because sometimes I just want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. Nobody does want to be wrong like me. Nobody. I just want to be wrong. But then I keep proving myself. But people keep proving me to be right. Quite unfortunate. Anyways, guys, there's something else that she stated right there that got my attention. I think it's the salaries of the N.E.P workers that they're trying to cut and whatnot. But let's get into it right there.
But I just never share my life. Please share the life. Thank you.
Share the live.
Thanks.
Share this video as well, guys.
So I am saying, what is the pay grade for the people that they are checking out?
Checking out.
$558.
$558.
Water, please with me. $558 for the persons who are working on the road, the swipers, the people who have the swipers.
Sorry.
Tell me what $558 can do.
Sister, that is what that crossed my mind, Debbie.
Oh, you there, easy, want to take out people's name, eh?
So they try to take out people there because they don't vote them. And they're making $550 a month. And the other day, N.E.P workers was complaining because they didn't get paid. So I think Siri had said, well, I think there was some months that had passed and they said they were going to pay them and they didn't pay them. So they're making noise and stuff about it. That's rather interesting, eh? Per month? Why are you mad? Wait, that hit me. No, I don't want to think about that.
The second pay grade.
Second grade, okay.
$800 for the lead.
Lead? So maybe the person that overseeing the people on the road swiping and doing things? $700. That is not US, no guys. That is EC dollars, we boy. That is less than $200. That's the lead getting less than probably 250, 260 US dollars a month. 260 around there, 260. No, 275, around 275. We'll see around there. And the people that below them, they're getting 550. That is about $210, 210 US per month.
Not the supervisor yet. And the supervisors may be getting $1,200.
Supervisors in the N.E.P program. Guys, when I started out in Clare Harbor, yes, I was in Clare Harbor for like 1 month. And then I did the training. I was getting like $1,201, I think. $1,201, I think. That's what I was getting in Clare Harbor when I was doing the training with them. And then after the training was done, your boy go Ross University. That's why I was making more funds right there. But the supervisor of everything making what I was making, the same thing I was making in Clare Harbor. I think Clare Harbor prices dropped, by the way. Yeah? I think they dropped their payments right now. But that's tough, man. That's tough right there.
You would think it's $4,000 that you join.
Yeah,
So that is
to try to conserve money. And the Prime Minister, them increase their salaries not 2 or 3 times. 2 or 3 times they increase their salaries. And you know their salaries before is not $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, most like $4,000 or $5,000. And they increased it, I think they increased it double or some kind of thing like that. And he went to, I think the Prime Minister now is making between $10,000 to $13,000 a month. If all that. Look at here, Gaston. That's what I wanted to bring out the other thing, you know, Gaston, them trying to raise their thing. Well, I might do a Saturday reaction, man. I might do a Saturday reaction, guys, because we have to get the information out, man.
If those people are willing to cross people's name for getting $558,
$558,
$800, and $1,200.
You know, oh, let me leave that alone.
When I get my big job, or when they get themselves in an interview with me,
they're going to bring down the black man.
Capable for the job. You think it's me they're going to give the job?
Because you don't vote for them. You see, this is what I'm talking about, guys. I'm going to end this thing in a moment. I think I went too long on this thing anyways. But the whole point on this thing right there, guys, people who are qualified for the jobs not getting the jobs. Because people don't vote for them. And those who still not qualified, they're doing something. You still don't have the proper evaluation for them. So you're just going to make them go because they don't vote for you? And we wonder why things doesn't elevate in Dominica. Look, the girl was giving a story on Facebook the other day and actually posted it out, talking about all the things she was doing in Dominica and she never get the elevation. She go overseas. 1 year later, she's supervisor. I think 1 year, 9 months later, she's supervisor. I'm supervising people who have been there for 20 years. because of a skill set. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Boom, bam. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up.